On Mockingbird Lane, no one was hurt. At least 5 people killed in a mass shooting in downtown Louisville. And the mother of the 6-year-old boy who shot his teacher in Virginia facing charges of child neglect and child endangerment.
We are looking at some drying weather over the next couple of days. The cloud cover is going to thin out. We're going to see more and more sunshine, and that's all helpful for the rivers to come back into their banks. We'll have all that and your 7-day forecast in a moment.
And the soccer season is over for both the boys and girls in the area. That's coming up in sports.
You're watching 25 News Now at 10. Good evening and thank you for joining us for 25 News Now at 10. I'm Don Brubaker. Karina Garcia has the night off.
This is breaking news from 25 News Now.
Breaking news, this crash at Ben Jordan and Colorado Street. Just a few moments ago, a motorcycle appearing to have hit the back of a car. Witnesses say he landed on the back of the car, which is why the glass is shattered. The driver of the motorcycle taken in an ambulance. More details as we have them. No one injured after a 3-vehicle crash at the intersection of North Main Street and West Mockingbird Lane Monday morning. A pickup truck ran the red light westbound on Mockingbird, hitting a camper which fishtailed and hit another vehicle stopped at the red light. It took several hours before the crash scene was cleared. Main Street northbound reopened at 2:30 p.m. Police in North Texas searching for the body of a missing 6-year-old boy. Investigators say they're searching a wooded area a couple of miles from the home where Noel Rodriguez Alvarez lived with his family. No one has seen him since November. His mother, Cindy Singh, her other children, and her husband flew to India after police started asking questions. There's a warrant out for the couple's arrests. Police are working with federal agents to extradite them back to the U.S. Police say a gunman opened a fire at a bank in downtown Louisville, killing 5 people, wounding at least 9 others. The gunman, who police say had a connection to the bank, is also dead. Here's the latest.
Yet another mass shooting in America. This time the violence unfolding in downtown Louisville at Old National Bank.
Shots fired. Shots fired again. Hit EMS here now. He's got a GSW to hit.
Police say the gunman, armed with a rifle, opened fire on a first-floor conference room around 8:30 a.m. local time.
Within 3 minutes of being dispatched, officers arrived on scene and encountered the suspect almost immediately, still firing gunshots.
He had a long assault rifle, and you hear the shots just start firing. We have a break room, and I got in there and shut the door for a second, and then I was looking around, I opened the door to see where he was at, and I could see him still shooting. I didn't see his face, and then I took off running out the front door.
At least 4 people were killed, identified by police as 40-year-old Joshua Barrick, 63-year-old Thomas Elliott, 45-year-old Juliana Farmer, and 64-year-old James Tutt, all bank employees. 9 more were injured, including 2 police officers, one of them shot in the head and rushed into surgery.
Officers down on the steps in front of the bank. Governor
Andy Beshear says he knew some of the victims.
I have a very close friend that didn't make it today, and one who's at the hospital that I hope is going to make it through.
Investigators say the suspect, a bank employee, was killed by police. Just 10 days into April, there have already been 15 mass shootings in the U.S. already, according to the Gun Violence Archive. That includes the one here today. Lindsay Watts, ABC News, Louisville.
The Victoria Central Appraisal District reports it has mailed almost 46,000 appraisal notices for property in Victoria County. The district reports the price of property has increased dramatically in 1 year, and that increases the appraised value of property. If you have questions concerning your appraised value, contact the Appraisal District at 361-576-3621. Taxpayers have until May 15th to protest their appraised value. The Guadalupe River in Victoria cresting at 22.7 feet this afternoon at 1 o'clock. Flood stage is 21 feet. The National Weather Service forecasts the Guadalupe River in Victoria will drop below flood stage sometime tonight. The city of Victoria has reopened the RV park, boat ramp, Pebble Beach, Fox's Bend and John F. Lee Drive in Riverside Park. Here are the current river flood warnings posted for the crossroads from the National Weather Service. In Victoria County, a flood warning in effect until late Tuesday morning for the Guadalupe River at Victoria. For Victoria and Calhoun counties, a flood warning in effect until early Wednesday afternoon at the Guadalupe River near Bloomington. And let's take a first look at your forecast with First Warn Storm Team Chief Meteorologist Mac Perez. Mac, tell us about this group of volunteers and viewers that's helping you with getting rain levels out to the public.
Well, there's a community group called CocoRaz, and they are volunteers who take hourly, daily reports of rainfall in the area. And so the storm totals that we have are courtesy of them. They're an amazing bunch of people because they're really dedicated about writing down every drop of rain that fell. And you'll be seeing some of the numbers that they reported, storm totals over last week. Right now we're at 63, very comfortable out there. In fact, it's going to be a couple of very nice days, sunshine and drier weather. We'll be talking more about that coming up in a moment. Back to you, Don.
Thank you, Mac. The ramifications of the Texas federal judge's ruling suspending the approval of the medication that makes up the majority of abortions in the U.S., they're enormous. Now, even though the abortion drug remains legal for now, some doctors are already afraid to prescribe it in case it does become illegal.
At this women's health care clinic in Ohio, Dr. David Burkans is telling women who are expecting to get medication abortions next week that they should change their plans.
They're scrambling to change their schedules to get in to see us earlier.
Dr. Burkans says his lawyer told him that starting Saturday, he can't give the drug mifepristone for abortions or miscarriages because of a federal judge's ruling in Texas last week. Mifepristone, in a regimen with another drug called misoprostol, is FDA approved for abortion up until 10 weeks after the last period, and they've been used safely for more than 20 years. Data analyzed by CNN shows mifepristone is even safer than some common low-risk prescription drugs, including penicillin and Viagra. Misoprostol can be used on its own in a medication abortion, but it's not FDA approved that way. Studies show it's not as effective, and some doctors say it can make a woman feel much worse.
We're more likely to see failures and therefore more likely to need surgical intervention after misoprostol alone.
Dr. Erica Werner is chairman of the Department of Obstetrics and Gynecology at Tufts Medical Center in Massachusetts.
We train to try to keep people healthy, give them the most evidence-based care, and this ruling really jeopardizes that. We're feeling demoralized, we're feeling scared for our patients.
She's hoping that something will stop the Texas ruling from going into effect.
We may get advice from lawyers as the week goes on about whether we really need to stop next week.
Monday, U.S. Secretary of Health and Human Services Javier Becerra vowed that the Biden administration would use every resource to protect a woman's right to reproductive health care.
I say this for every woman in America who may need mifepristone. Mifepristone is still legal for use. Mifepristone is still available today. And we are going to do everything we can within the legal process to ensure that that doesn't change.
But at clinics around the country,
It's a lot of uncertainty.
they don't know what will happen next, if they'll be able to keep giving their patients the best possible care.
Today, the DOJ asked a federal appeals court to put a hold on the federal judge's ruling. Meanwhile, several pharmaceutical company leaders have signed an open letter calling for a reversal of the ruling. A grand jury in Virginia indicting the mother of a 6-year-old boy who shot his teacher. A grand jury in Newport News today charging 25-year-old Deja Taylor with felony child neglect and a misdemeanor charge of endangering a child by reckless storage of a firearm. The boy shot his first-grade teacher, Abby Zwerner, on January 6th at an elementary school. The boy's mother legally purchased the gun. Her attorney said the gun was secured on a top shelf in her closet. Tonight, the Nashville Metropolitan Council unanimously agreeing to reappoint former Representative Justin Jones, who was expelled for his role in a protest calling for more gun control after a deadly school shooting in Nashville.
One of the 2 black Democrats who were expelled of the Tennessee State House of Representatives last week could be reinstated, following days after the GOP expelled 2 lawmakers, Justin Jones and Justin Pearson, who protested for more gun control, using bullhorns after their mics were turned off in the wake of a deadly Nashville elementary school shooting that killed 6 people, including 3 children. Following Monday's emergency meeting by the Nashville Metropolitan Council, Justin Jones could be reinstated as a Tennessee state representative. This after the majority of the 39-member Nashville Metro Council indicated their support. Commissioners and lawmaker Pearson's County in Memphis are also considering similar action.
I do hope to continue to serve District 86 in the reappointment, and if there is a special election, I would definitely run in that special election because our voters have been disenfranchised.
Over the weekend, Tennessee Republican House members defending their removal.
They disrupted the function, started mobilizing and shouting and creating chaos within the House of Representatives to the point that business could not be conducted.
In an interview with ABC's Faith Abube, Jones saying the expulsion has ignited a passion to serve and speak up for those that elected him.
There are people who don't have anyone to do their constituent affairs anymore. We definitely have unfinished business.
If reinstated, Jones and Pearson would serve until a special election where they could run for their seat again. Melissa Adon, ABC News, Los Angeles.
Governor Greg Abbott pushing Texas parole board to recommend a pardon for a man convicted of murder Friday for the shooting death of a protester during a Black Lives Matter demonstration in 2020. Daniel Perry shot and killed Garrett Foster during a BLM protest. Perry said Foster was carrying an assault-style rifle and pointed the gun at him, fired his handgun several times, killing Foster. Perry's lawyers are calling it self-defense, but prosecutors claim texts and social media posts show Perry was looking for a fight. Perry was given a guilty verdict on the murder charge. Stay with us. Coming up on 25 News now at 10, the Biden administration formally determines that a Wall Street Journal reporter was wrongfully detained in Russia. Also ahead, Massachusetts governor has announced the University of Massachusetts has bought 15,000 doses of the abortion pill.
The Victoria Television Group is proud to honor our veterans, and we need your entries. Each month, we'll acknowledge a new veteran to salute. To submit, go to the Military Hero page on CrossroadsToday.com and help us recognize the deserving servicemen and women in our community. Looking for a place where the whole family can enjoy the latest movies? Look no further than the Grand Theater in Yoakum, Texas. Our theater is the perfect destination for family fun. With the latest movies in a historic setting, we offer an experience like no other. Bring your family and friends to Grand Theater, and we'll see you at the movies.
Texas? Now's the time to gear up and save on a new Ford SUV. Get great deals on our most capable lineup. Now with a great in-stock selection to choose from, like the spacious and tech-savvy Ford Expedition or Ford Explorer and Bronco Sport. Ford SUVs, #1 in brand loyalty. Drive Escape now with 0% financing plus $1,000 cash, plus up to $500 accessories cash, plus complimentary maintenance.
Ford is the best in Texas.
Counterfeit prescription pills laced with fentanyl are killing our kids by the thousands across the nation. The pills look safe. Can you tell which one is real? Drug dealers are pushing these deadly pills on your kids' social media. It only takes one pill to kill. And it did. You can help stop the fentanyl epidemic. Talk to your kids about the dangers of counterfeit prescription pills. Visit onepillkilled.org.
My name is Adarius McCormick, and I want you to know about my new segment, Homemade with Adarius. I will interview amazing people and showcase intriguing places that may be new to you in the Crossroads. Want to show off something homemade? Email us at homemade@victoriatelevision.com. See my new segment on Crossroads Today YouTube channel and Crossroads Today Plus. You do not want to miss this.
Power through your to-do list. And create a space that makes a splash. Get STIHL trimmers and blowers starting at just $129.99. Real STIHL. Find yours.
A sad announcement from the operations department of the Dallas Zoo. The zoo's CEO and president, Greg Hudson, died after a battle with complications from cancer. Hudson was with the Dallas Zoo since 2006. The Dallas Zoo was in the spotlight after several incidents involving stolen monkeys and the killing of a vulture. One man arrested in connection with the monkey case, but police are still investigating the vulture's death. The Biden administration has formally determined that Wall Street Journal reporter Evan Gershkovich, arrested in Russia on espionage charges, was, quote, wrongfully detained, unquote. Secretary of State Antony Blinken condemned the arrest and Russia's repression of independent media. Russian authorities arrested Gershkovich on March 29th. He's the first U.S. correspondent since the Cold War to be detained for alleged spying. Massachusetts Governor Maura Healey announcing the University of Massachusetts Amherst buying 15,000 doses of the abortion drug after a federal judge in Texas suspended nationwide approval of the abortion pill. The governor, Maura Healey, in issuing an executive order today to clarify that a state law passed last year to protect abortion access from out-of-state prosecution extends to the pills as well.
Message. Abortion will remain safe, legal, and accessible here in Massachusetts. At my request, the University of Massachusetts Amherst agreed to purchase approximately 15,000 doses of mifepristone. That's enough, that's sufficient to ensure coverage for well over a year.
The university will distribute the pills to providers. A new study shows women are more likely to face challenges to get routine screenings and birth control than in recent years. Researchers analyzing survey data from thousands of women between 2017 and 2021. About 45% experienced at least one barrier to get service in 2021. The most common challenges for women are finding a doctor they feel comfortable with, cost, and getting child care. Researchers say broader restrictions on reproductive rights also play a role. And here's your viewer poll this evening. Scan that QR code on your screen to vote now. Here's our question. Have you faced any challenges with accessing reproductive health care recently? Yes or no? Let's look at those numbers. 14% say yes. 86% of the voters say no. We thank you for voting. We want to hear from you. Come to crossroadstoday.com/vote to take part.
Coming up, we'll be taking a look at the drier weather coming in for most of this week, just in time to let all the mud from your shoes from the weekend dry up. We'll talk about that and take a look at your 7-day coming up in a moment.
The Victoria Television Group is proud to honor our veterans, and we need your entries. Each month, we'll acknowledge a new veteran to salute. To submit, go to the Military Hero page on CrossroadsToday.com and help us recognize the deserving servicemen and women in our community.
Looking for a place where the whole family can enjoy the latest movies? Look no further than the Grand Theater in Yoakum, Texas. Our theater is the perfect destination for family fun. With the latest movies in a historic setting, we offer an experience like no other. Bring your family and friends to Grand Theater, and we'll see you at the movies.
Texas? Now's the time to gear up and save on a new Ford SUV. Get great deals on our most capable lineup. Now with a great in-stock selection to choose from, like the spacious and tech-savvy Ford Expedition, or Ford Explorer and Bronco Sport. Ford SUVs, #1 in brand loyalty. Drive Escape now with 0% financing plus $1,000 cash, plus up to $500 accessories cash, plus complimentary maintenance.
Ford is the best in Texas.
Counterfeit prescription pills laced with fentanyl are killing our kids by the thousands across the nation. The pills look safe. Can you tell which one is real? Drug dealers are pushing these deadly pills on your kids' social media. It only takes one pill to kill. And it did. You can help stop the fentanyl epidemic. Talk to your kids about the dangers of counterfeit prescription pills. Visit onepillkilled.org.
My name is Adarius McCormick, and I want you to know about my new segment, Homemade with Adarius. I will interview amazing people and showcase intriguing places that may be new to you in the Crossroads. Want to show off something homemade? Email us at homemade@victoriatelevision.com. See my new segment on Crossroads Today YouTube channel and Crossroads Today Plus. You do not want to miss this.
Power through your to-do list. And create a space that makes a splash. Get STIHL trimmers and blowers starting at just $129.99. Real STIHL. Find yours.
Welcome back, everybody. Fairly nice evening out there. We have fair sky as the clouds finally cleared away. Looking at 63 degrees, dropping down to about 58. Now, here's the deal. We're just getting to the point where the dew point and the temperature are almost together. So maybe by early morning, sunrise, we may have a little fog around the area. But for right now, it's a very nice evening out there. Now, here's the cloud deck that rolled through our area today, and you can see how we got drier air and it all sort of dissipated. But in that flow from the northwest, we did get a couple thunder showers that rolled around the area. Now, we didn't get much in the Crossroads, but places like Poteet and Pleasanton got rain. Here's another look at the river. Of course, that's where it was when this whole thing started. And then, of course, it jammed up here all the way up to 22 feet. Now, as we are looking at this, we see how the drop is going to be occurring in the next 2 days. So that's the good news. The dry air, or rather the dry weather and the dry air, of course, are all going to help drop it down. So this is Monday, this is Tuesday, and this is Wednesday. So by Wednesday, we should be back in bank and shouldn't be a problem. Still going to be a little muddy out there, though. As we were talking about our friends in Coco Ras, these are some of the communities, well, they live everywhere, these volunteers that take these rain gauge, but they are trained at making rain measurements and submitting them, and so we appreciate them. So Hallettsville, storm total, that's for the 4 or 5 days, 5 inches, 4 inches in Cuero, 2 in Oswell, and the heaviest one I saw was in Campbellton, where they had 7 inches, but there was that streak that went from Campbellton to Nixon, Karnes City, all the way up to maybe Luling, where they got a real downpour. Of course, now we're looking at all that water go downstream. Central part of the country, believe it or not, it's warming up. And you know what? That's a problem, because the snow is melting. So now instead of having a babbling brook, you've got a raging river as all that snow is coming down the river, so that's a concern. For us, we're going to be watching this right here for the next couple of days. You can see right about there, it's developing a circulation. We're on the back side of it. That's why our weather will be dry. But from Louisiana all the way over to Florida, they're going to have quite a bit of rain associated with that low. It's not a tropical low. It's just a feature, and they're going to be getting the rainfall. We're getting the dry side of all that. As we go into the next couple of days, though, we watch and wait, because there's our next frontal system. It's way out there in Colorado, barely getting into New Mexico. That is going to be coming into our area as we get to the weekend, and that is actually going to bring us a chance at a little rain, but it's not until then. Now, for mariners, just know, remember I talked about that thing developing over there? That's why we've got that northeast wind at 15 miles an hour, and that's for the early part of the day. And then we get a northeast wind blowing. Few showers, but they'll be out over the waters and not expected here on shore. Temperatures are actually on the mild side tonight, getting down to 58 degrees. It's pretty nice. Tomorrow, the mostly sunny, rain's gone, high about 76, 7-day forecast. Well, we're looking at a very nice couple of days, dry, Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday. Warm on Saturday, frontal system Saturday with some thunder showers, and then cool for the coming weekend. That's your 7-day forecast. Thanks for joining us. Don't forget the QR code. Scan that, put it on your phone, and we can reach out to you whenever you need to know about any breaking news, weather, and sports with Gino.
Thanks, Mac. The El Campo Ricebirds soccer season is in the books, but we have highlights coming up after the break.
When you don't keep your eyes on what you're doing, it can be downright dangerous to you and others, especially when you're behind the wheel. Put your phone down. Heads up, Texas.
In Texas, the future belongs to everyone, so we created the truck of the future for everyone. Ford F-150, part of America's best-selling trucks for 46 straight years. With an available 12-inch touchscreen and interior work surface, it puts the world at your fingertips. And now, there's a great in-stock selection to choose from at your best in Texas Ford dealer. Drive F-150 now with 0% financing plus $1,000 cash plus up to $1,000 accessories cash plus complimentary maintenance.
Ford is the best in Texas.
No one makes catering easier than Ventura's Tamales. Need a quick pickup for a lunch meeting? Ventura's Tamales. Need a full-service buffet for a business luncheon? Ventura's Tamales. Need an anxiety-free wedding reception? Ventura's Tamales. Get it? When you think catering, think Ventura's Tamales. Let us do the cooking. Learn more at venturastamales.com. Ventura's Tamales. Unwrap the flavor.
When our law firm takes your case, it becomes part of our world. Everyone at the firm works together as a team to get the job done.
We work with each other. We go to trial together.
We're the ones that wake up in the middle of the night thinking about what to do next on a case. That's our job. That's what we're here for.
We help each other on cases, and that's why we get the results that we do.
We are members of this community. And when a member of this community trusts us with their case, we take that trust very seriously.
Y'all call, I haul. Is your home cluttered and crammed? Do you have too much junk to handle? Well, look no further. Our junk removal and dumpster services are here to help. Whether you're moving, renovating, or just cleaning out the garage, our junk removal and dumpster services are the perfect solution. We'll take care of everything from loading up your junk to getting rid of it responsibly. So call us today for your free quote. Y'all call, I haul. 361-541-6858.
At a crossroads, the El Campo Risebirds' historic playoff run came to an end over the weekend in the regional finals, but Lumberton, coming off a victory off Calhoun, continued to dominate, scoring from 25 yards out to put it just past the keeper. El Campo on the defensive now. Lumberton with a corner and a perfect cross puts them in a 2-0 hole early on for El Campo. The Risebirds running out of time, looking to make something happen, and a nice header pass on the 20-yard line gives him some awesome room, and Raymond Moreno gets fouled in the box, giving him a penalty kick and prime opportunity for Diego Gutierrez to put the ball in the back of the net for the first time for El Campo. But unfortunately, it would be blocked, and Risebirds continuing to run out of time with just 10 minutes left in the game. Lumberton again with the ball in El Campo's end, and it's a 3-on-1 outside pass, does the rest. The ball finds the back of the net for the third time for the Lumberton Raiders. Final score 3-0. The Risebirds made the regional finals for the first time in its history. Congratulations, El Campo, on such a great season. A new athletics organization program going by the Gators is going off without a hitch, and sports reporter Zach Brown met with the president and athletic director of the organization and an athlete who had a game tonight.
Things that we're striving to do is to get that outlet for student athletes to where they can possibly go on to the next level, you know, whether that be through college scholarships, through connections that we're able to make through our organization. So any opportunity to come out and show your support and or show your skill, we'd love to have you out.
It's been really nice. I feel like a lot of good coaches and teammates, really nice, helpful.
Fortunately, the Gators would not win. They go on to lose 3 straight to Odom. One of the biggest golf tournaments in the world ended with a Spaniard bringing home the trophy. Rahm was down 2 shots starting the final round, but with some help from Brooks Koepka, who made multiple mistakes, Rahm finished with a 3-under 69 to give him the victory, winning by 4 shots, becoming the 3rd person in to win by such a margin without having the lead after 54 holes. Rahm is now #1 ranked golfer in the world. Over the weekend, the Baltimore Ravens are doing all they can to keep their quarterback Lamar Jackson except giving him a new contract, of course. But for now, they're adding a new weapon to the team. That new weapon is Odell Beckham Jr., who signs a one-year, $15 million deal to join the Ravens for the upcoming season. The quarterback for the Ravens, Jackson, posted a photo on his Instagram of the former wide receiver for the Rams. And Jackson has requested a trade, but this signing might keep the former MVP in Baltimore a little longer. The Purple and Black were the NFL's least productive wide receiver group last season. Well, that's your sports. Don, back to you.
All right, Gino, thank you. Stay with us. Coming up on 25 News now at 10. We'll take a last look at your weather. Plus, India expected to take the title of the world's most populous country.
Victoria Eye Center and 25 News Now brings to you every Monday a Vision Health segment to learn about eye diseases and possible treatments. Tune into the segment or go to crossroadstoday.com to learn more about eye health, brought to you by Victoria Eye Center.
Do you know an outstanding athlete in your area? Go to crossroadstoday.com and submit your nomination for the Athlete of the Week, which is brought to you by Pepsi Cola. Then tune in to 25 News Now on Thursdays 6 p.m. news and Fridays 6 a.m. news to see who will be Pepsi's Athlete of the Week. Support local athletics and submit your Athlete of the Week on crossroadstoday.com for any athlete in the Crossroads area. Athlete of the Week is brought to you by Pepsi Cola, the preferred partner of local athletes.
Victory Kia and Victory GMC want to let you know that you can lean on us. We will award $500 to a deserving winner. Drop off an entry form at any of our participating dealerships in the Lean On Me drop box with your story and contact info. Go to crossroadstoday.com/leanonme for more information or to enter online. You can tune in every other Thursday at the 6, 9, and 10 p.m. news to view our winners. Lean On Me is sponsored by Victory Kia and Victory GMC.
The United Nations projection says India will hit 1.4 billion people sometime in the second half of this month, overtaking China's population. India's 2011 census put the country's population at 1.21 billion, meaning that country has added 210 million people to its population in 12 years. The population explosion poses challenges. With a massive and young workforce, they're expected to migrate to urban areas, leading to rapid and large-scale increases in urban population. Travelers being advised to not use free charging stations. The FBI warning people about what they call juice jacking through public charging or USB ports in airports, hotels, and malls. The FBI office in Denver tweeting today that what they call bad actors have figured out how to use the ports to put malware and monitoring software on people's cell phones and other devices. Authorities advise just carrying your own charger and using a regular electrical outlet instead. That seems very simple, and it probably will save you lots of grief at airports and other places too. But we're not going to have grief so much with flooding, but we could have some problems with fog.
Yeah, that's not our only problem. We were getting drier air and we were looking at very nice weather. May have some fog because we have all that moisture left over from the big rain. And the big rain's pretty much gone, and now we're looking for a fairly quiet week until about Saturday. That's when the next frontal system comes in with the potential for any shower activity. But, you know, 76, 78 degrees is not so bad this time of year.
Oh, no.
I think we'll take it.
All right. Thank you, Mac. And this morning, President Biden and First Lady Jill Biden hosting the annual Easter egg roll at the White House. This year's theme was Egg-ucation. President Biden meeting with children and taking selfies and even blew the whistle to start one of the egg rolls. First Lady Jill Biden also took part in a reading session for the children. The Easter egg roll first took place at the White House in 1878 with President Rutherford B. Hayes.
So do they like roll eggs, or I'm confused?
Yeah, they don't crack them like we do. They roll them on the grass. I don't know why. I guess that's what the Easter Bunny starts over here and the eggs roll down the hill. I don't know.
Humpty Dumpty wouldn't be a fan of that.
I don't think so. I don't think Humpty Dumpty was around in 1878, but I could be wrong about that. Gentlemen, thank you, and thanks for joining us for 25 News Now at 10. We're streaming 24/7 Crossroads Today Plus. Join Carolina Astroin and meteorologist Trey Mining for 25 News Now Sunrise starting at 5 a.m. Good night, everybody.